Hi, everybody. It's Mark Rushton of markrushton.com. It is Sunday, July 18th, 2021. And this is Realtor Recon for artist number 26, $49,000 church in LaPorte City, Iowa. What is Realtor Recon for artists? I'm Mark Rushton of markrushton.com. I'm a recording artist and fine artist, and someday I'd like to have a studio workspace outside my house. It could be a separate home. It could be a rented or purchased commercial location. It could be an outbuilding on an acreage. I just don't know. It could be way in the future. It's probably going to be way in the future. It could be in a big town. It's likely going to be in a small town. I'm currently in Iowa, so most of the properties I feature will be located here. I contend that artists such as musicians, painters, and writers should not live in expensive big cities or areas if they can help it. If they have a bit of income from their work, they should consider moving somewhere cheap in the sticks and owning property rather than renting. It would give you time to focus on your work and building your career. Using realty websites is a great way to do some advanced reconnaissance, and that's what I do here. Well, you know how, if you've watched any of the other Realtor Recon for artists, you know I love small churches. In fact, number 25 was a little bit larger church in Indianola, Iowa, with a little parsonage house and 8.75 acres of land in town. Absolutely great piece, but that was $290,000. This is a little bit cheaper. This is in LaPorte City, Iowa, which is located just maybe 15, 20 miles south of Waterloo on Highway 218, maybe about, I forget how many miles, 10 miles or 10 miles off of I-380. So it's between Urbana and Waterloo, or Cedar Rapids and Waterloo, I guess. It's however many miles north of Shellsburg, where my brother-in-law lives. Anyway, enough of that. $49,900. This is, you know, I don't want to move to LaPorte City, Iowa, but if this was in the right town, man, I would be writing the check tomorrow. I really would be. This is a pretty good property, especially for the price. But it's the right sort of size for what I'd like to do, and it's the right kind of property. But let's kind of dive into it here. The property details, which are always funny. This building church has opportunity. It's just got opportunity written all over it. Some water damage in the lower level from water. Usually water damage occurs from water. Yeah, water damage from water. That's pretty amazing. The ceilings are tall, though. And some small TLC. TLC. That's like the alternative word for money. Small TLC could turn this into a neat opportunity. I keep saying that word, opportunity. Functioned as a church until last year. Daycare, a new church, apartment complex, or a single-family home. Apartment complex? What? I'm not quite sure who wrote this. Zone C, I guess that's commercial. However, city stated it could be switched to residential. Please verify with the city prior to any offer. Yeah, you might want to tackle that first. 49,000 is pretty cheap here. Let's take a look at the big photos. And right off the bat, that looks pretty good. It's got a metal roof, and we'll see here in the Beacon Schneider that the metal roof's about 13 years old, that's fine. Looks good. Could use a little paint there on the bell tower. Yes, it looks like there's a bell up there. And the steps could use a little, well, we'll get into the photos there. And it's got a little lower level here. Not sure what happened below. And of course, we have trees, which I absolutely hate, right next to a property. And inside, you get a nice, tall, expansive ceiling, as churches are wont to be. And I don't know whether that's stained glass or real or faux stained glass, but well, that's nice. Yeah, if I got this property, I'd take out the pews. I would sell the pews, get rid of them. Probably build some sort of a little bit taller staging area in there. Yeah, we're looking at all this stuff here, but and then of course you would have to add some, maybe extra lighting in there, mood lighting of some kind, or uh, what else should I do with that sort of space? It's already carpeted. That's good. Oh, yeah. Um, cameras, cameras and sound baffling, which is not that cheap for a big space like that. But, as I like to say, that live from Daryl's house, that sort of thing, that would be kind of cool to either do live YouTube streaming or Twitch streaming or something like that, have like a regular live show, or just record yourself doing whatever it is you do. In my case, ambient noise improvisation, that sort of stuff. It would be a closed. I'd be fine with a closed studio. So here are the steps up, and then of course, just lots of pictures of these trees, and I've planted a lot of trees over the years, but I would cut these down just because they block the property. These are the kind of trees that birds roost in, and you know what birds do, and it prevents. If you have to do anything to the wood, any sort of window repair or siding repair, paint, something like that, it just makes the job that much more difficult. So if I bought that, I would cut those things down right after the check was cashed. I mean, look at that. It's like, is there a church there? Oh no, it's just trees. It's just trees. Cut them down. And yeah, I'd probably spice up that the staircases a little bit. Maybe some textured runners on there. Maybe a little extra paint. I don't know if I'd go with gray. That's a good picture of the interior. Yeah, that's a perfectly good size space to work in, to play in, to make recordings in. As long as you don't have like, and this would be the problem, right? What if you've got, Harleys running down the street, or somebody's driving around the town in their old Mustang without, the straight pipe? That could be a problem. That could be a problem. So you always have to think about those things. Oh, I got this great property. And then you get somebody that's just driving around the corner every night because they have no life. I mean, that could happen anywhere. Big town, small town. Got a lot of extra spaces here in the property. I believe this is would this be on the main level? Let's see if I can't really get my bearings on this. I think that would be on the main level there, because those lower level windows look slightly different. And maybe this is in the lower level here. So you got a little kitchenette here. And of course, I would want to keep everything in this. I would keep the metal folding chair, just in case we had some professional wrestling. Love the table, the classic table, the gigantic microwave, the cooker for your, maid rights. That's pretty cool. A little fire extinguisher right up to the window there. And, other areas where you could have closed recording studios, art studios, a lot of endless opportunity, endless possibilities. I don't think we got pictures of everything here. But of course, probably the most important feature on this church is the church bell, which that's, look at that access. You're not getting me through there. But that'd be cool. That would be cool. And of course, if, I had a building with a church bell on, I would be very respectful to the neighborhood. I would not automate that. I would not have that play regularly. It would be like a very special occasion type of thing. Unless, of course, the neighbors wanted it, Why don't you ring the church bell more often? Fine, I'll look into it. So there we go. That's some of it anyway. Got a lot of pictures of trees. Not necessarily all the pictures of the interior, because you can see here, we get around all this, that there are some extra rooms over here. They must be like perhaps bathrooms, perhaps maybe a room for the kiddies. I just don't know. So we go out. We always want to do a little bit more due diligence if we can. I went out to the Beacon Schneider here for this particular property. And we can see here that in 2008, had a new roof installed for $10,000. Wow. Metal roof for $10,000. Pretty good. And yeah, 22,388 square feet finished on the main level and 2,380 finished in the lower level. So that's 4,700. That's a big barn. And of course, no taxes because it's a church. As you can see here in the, where is it? The levy rate. The levy rate of $1,000 per value is $36 per. So that would probably be $140, $150 a month on the property taxes. Super cheap. Super cheapy. Okay, so LaPorte City, Iowa. There it is. There's Waterloo right there. And it's right on the south end of Blackhawk County. 2,285 people. Any notable people from LaPorte City, Iowa? Fran Allison. Fran Allison. Yes, we did the deep dive on Fran Allison here. Yes, from Kukla, Fran, and Ollie. Does anybody remember that show? Why do I remember that show? Did they used to show the, I don't know. Why do I remember that? Why do I remember Kukla, Fran, and Ollie? Because that was long before my time there. Did the TV show kinescopes of that? Why do I know Kukla, Fran, and Ollie? The later series. Maybe it was the specials, in the 70s or something like that. I have no idea. Oh, look at this. They must have had kinescopes of everything because this was released on 20 kinescopes. YouTube channel. Well, that's kind of interesting. And of course, even more interesting is that Fran Allison is buried in Mount Calvary Cemetery, which is where my mother-in-law and father-in-law are inurned. And so she's there. Of course, I always love going to find a grave here. And her grave is a little dirty. I occasionally like to clean gravestones. And that one, that would not take very long to clean. I have to go take a look at that and see how that is. I do have permission to clean my in-laws' gravestones, but you might sneak over there and scrub off Fran Allison's gravestone, clean the crap off of there. It out of respect, right? All right, let's get back to the property here. $49,000 for a church in LaPorte City, Iowa. Now, I don't know what sort of water damage we have downstairs. It just alludes to it. But honestly, that roof looks great. And yeah, you probably want to keep it pretty cool during the winter. Those things are just gigantic barns. The heating bill has got to be something crazy. But that, if you can pay for it in full and have a great working space, a great studio space, and maybe it's a nice little quiet neighborhood, that's a great price. That's a fantastic, if you want to live in LaPorte City, Iowa, right? Or somewhere around there and commute there. And here's my office. The LaPorte, you wouldn't call it the Church of Christ, but I guess you could, but I don't know. Anyway, that's it for today. Sunday, July 18th, 2021. I'm Mark Rushton of markrushton.com. This is Realtor Recon for artist number 26, $49,000 church in LaPorte City, Iowa. And we'll talk to you later.